All right, Saturday morning, the second New Zealand game of the Super Rugby Pacific opening weekend. We have the Blues at Eden Park taking on the Chiefs. So let's jump into a little look over the lineups. Having a look at the Blues team to play the Chiefs, and we have a return for Ofa Tuangafasi in the front row. So he is there with Joshua Fuzitua and Bradley Slater. So Bradley Slater's come up from the Chiefs, so it's his first game for the Blues. Tuangafasi obviously was ruled out for last season with a with bad injury there and surgery. So he's finally back, and I'm interested to see how he gets on. I wasn't a huge fan of his earlier in his career, but towards the back end, he's been getting better and better, aging like a fine wine. Super experienced now. His ball carrying, his tackling, and he's got a calm head on his shoulders now. You know, back in the day, he did used to get pinged quite a lot, but yeah, he's showing good discipline now, and I'm keen to see him back in the fold and looking at towards the All Blacks as well. Fuzi Tua expecting a big season from him as well. Sam Derry and Josh Berry in the locks. So that is along with the Chiefs a very exciting locking pair. Derry already in All Black, Josh Berry up and coming. So yeah, I'm super excited to see these two go. And we know Tui Pelota's been ruled out for about 10 or 11 weeks. So these guys are going to get a good chunk of games together. So yeah, it's going to be really cool to see those guys get going. Torian Barnes, don't know too much about, to be honest, but he's going to debut at number 6. Dalton Papali'i, really keen to see him back. He is the captain this season. I still think he has a lot to offer the All Blacks if he gets another shot. He wasn't really favoured by Robertson, but we've got new coaches coming in at some point. Maybe he gets another shot, but he's no Artie Savia, but I think he's got a part to play. He's got a bit of utility. He can play around that loose forward. He can play around all of those loose forward positions. So I'm interested to see how he goes. Hoskins Tutu, we know how good he is at Super Rugby. Finlay Christie at 9. I think, Christie is just a really solid performer, especially at super level. He Look, I went back and watched the All Black game from last season, and he actually he wasn't too bad, and I thought he was excellent at Eden Park against the Box. So he's a good player. He's a very good player at Super Rugby. We'll see. I'm not really factoring him in for the All Blacks unless there's a huge amount of injuries again. But yeah, Stephen Perifeta, this is the one I'm most excited about. He is a hugely talented number 10 or 15. Had really tough luck with injuries last season as well. Just I think he only had a couple of games before he got injured. So it's going to be interesting to see how he goes. Can he stay fit? Because I think you got to remember when Robinson took over, Perifeta was a starting fullback, I think. So, he is thought quite highly. He was excellent. He's a good player, and it's probably tough that he's behind Bowden Barrett, but Bowden Barrett, I think, is going to miss the first 3 games of the year. So Perifeta has a chance to stake his claim. So yeah, I'm really excited to see how he goes, and just really hope that he can stay fit. The wingers, Caleb Clark and Cole Forbes. Caleb Clark, we know how good he is. Super damaging with the ball in hand, excellent in the air. He is probably the first choice All Black winger at the moment. Peter Aki coming back from France. That will be interesting to see how he adapts. You got to imagine he's looking at an All Black jersey as well. And I have a good feeling about him. He's going to come back. He's come back from France, and he's probably got he's got a ton of experience over there playing against in a different style. So he's going to help them a lot, especially missing Rico Ioane there in the back line. AJ Lamb next to him, and then you got Zan Sullivan at fullback. On the bench, a couple of players of note: Renata, Anton Segner, and Sam Nock. few injuries. The big one being Tui Pelotu. You've got Peyton Spencer as well, um, Carlos Spencer's son, and you've got Malachi Rampling, who I think is going to be a really, really interesting watch this year. I think he's a young guy, and I think he could have a big year. He could have a big future. So I'm keen to see him get back. And obviously, we all know Bowden Barrett's out for a few weeks. So yeah, that is the Blues team. We're now going to jump into the not that one because that's the Crusaders. We're going to go into the Chiefs here. Now the Chiefs are absolutely stacked. They are absolutely stacked. It's not even fair how stacked they are. So front row, Samasoni Takiaho, he is the backup hookup for the All Blacks behind Cody Taylor. You've got George Dyer there in the front row, up and coming prop. The locking duo here, Josh Lord and Tupu Vai, is scary. I mean, you talk about Sam Darry and Josh Berry. I mean, these two are, well, Tupu, they're both All Blacks, right? This is your current locking duo for the All Blacks, which is Josh Lord and Tupu Vai. Tupu Vai is so good. Season was cut short due to injury. Josh Lord is super injury prone. And I just really hope they stay fit. Callum Boshier there at 6, Jerome Brown, and then Luke Jacobson, the captain, and number 8. Another one I hope has a big season. Didn't get a lot of opportunities for the All Blacks last year because of injuries again. There's a common theme. There's a common theme in all of these teams, and it's the amount of injuries everyone's been having. But he's back. Hopefully a big season. Hopefully he doesn't get any knocks to the head. Xavier Rowe at 9. Interesting one. Cortez Ratsma is on the bench. We know Cortez Ratsma, he's an All Black. Xavier Rowe has been preferred at times to Cortez Ratsma in the Chiefs. So I'm not sure. I imagine Cortez sees plenty of time and he takes a 9 jersey next week, but he is starting on the bench this week. Josh Jackham, where do you start with this guy? Great season for Taranaki last year. Looks good on the Northern Tour with the All Blacks 15. Stuck behind Damien McKenzie at the Chiefs for this season before he moves to the Highlanders next season. It's tough really for him because, yeah, he's got a year until he gets that move to the Highlanders where he probably has an easier time at 10. I know Cam Miller's down there, but, he really does need to take his chances when given the opportunity at 10. We know McKenzie will probably take that back when he is back, which I am not sure about. I think it's probably in the next week or two. But I would love, really excited to see how he goes. Wingers, Liam Coombs, Fabling, and Tamafalau. Now, Tamafalau is coming over from Moana Pacifica. Hugely, hugely exciting winger, and I do fancy him for a potential All Black spot at the end of the when the All Blacks get together. We'll see how he goes, but yeah, there weren't many ways this Chiefs team could get better, but they seem to have gotten even better players now. You've got Leroy Carter, who's not playing this weekend, but to be able to replace him with a Tomofalau and the youngster and Liam Coombs Fabling. So yeah, really, really exciting there. Quinn Tupai, Daniel Rona in the centres. I mean, stop it. Quinn Tupai is so important to the All Blacks now. We saw last season his ability. He played, I think, 3 positions, and he was super instrumental in all of them. Super important. So it's going to be good to see. I just hope he gets through Super Rugby injury free, and maybe if he is so important to the All Blacks, his partnership here with Daniel Rona could be key for Daniel Rona also getting a shot at the All Blacks. We know he's so underrated, but it'll be interesting to see how they go, and to see if they both crack. Well, if Daniel Rona cracks the All Blacks along with Tupaia, but I mean that's the best centre pairing in New Zealand for sure, 100%. Fullback, you've got Nanai Saturo, and then on the bench, Samapini Finau, Arkoi, Cortez Ratsama, as I mentioned, So plenty of players there. They've also got a couple of guys, Brody McAllister, backup hooker, broken hand, Lalakai Foketi, who hurt himself in the preseason game. So that's it. The two teams, you got to say the Chiefs are the favourite based on that team. But with the Blues at Eden Park, Vern Cotter, tough team to beat. First game of the season. It wouldn't surprise me if the Blues did it, but I think you got to put the Chiefs down as the favourites for this one.